McGree here. I'm here with another of my favourite stretches for runners to get into their hammies. This one's actually going to get into the adductors as well, the inner thighs. I recommend you do this with a chair. It'll make it a bit easier and it'll add a bit more challenge as well. Okay, so please bring your feet hip width and parallel. So if the hip width, they're literally just falling, your feet are falling down from your hips. We want to start, we want to encourage a neutral alignment here. Okay, and then base of the second toe, line that up with the middle of the front ankle, and just imagine that you can see a line between the base of the second toe and the ankle. Bring those two lines parallel like train tracks. Now keep one foot there as you take the other leg up onto the park bench, onto a chair, whatever it is. And for this one, I'm going to get you to turn your toes up to the sky. Move away a little bit. Okay, now what I want you to watch here, the automatic thing that's going to happen is that the foot that's down is going to turn out. Try not to let that foot down turn out. So you still want that neutral alignment on that leg that's on the floor. Turn the toes up of the leg that's on the chair. And then bend that leg that's on the chair. Now imagine you're trying to drag that heel towards the standing leg. So already you're starting to fire up the muscles of the hamstring muscles under your back of the thigh and your adductors, the inner thigh. Pull your toes up towards your knees. So we're going for a stretch in the back of that leg here. And then imagine you can push that away as you straighten that leg. Make sure that the quads are engaged. So you've got the muscles above the knees working, almost like you're pulling those muscles up away from the knee towards the hip. And then just breathe into that. You can even bring a hand to the top of the thigh, just to give you that biofeedback that you haven't let go, that those muscles are still contracting. Even bring your hands to the adductors, your inner thigh, check that they're switched on, and to the hammies, check that they're switched on. So keep imagining that you're trying to drag that heel without actually moving the chair. You're dragging that heel towards the standing leg. And at the same time, press that heel away. Keep pulling the toes up towards the knee to facilitate that stretch in the back of the leg. And then bend the leg, bend both legs in fact, and just sort of wriggle the foot off and switch sides. It's good if you have something that's not going to move, so this chair's a little bit mobile. I'm going to watch that a little bit. So if you've got something that doesn't move, that's ideal. And of course, the more flexible you are, the higher you can have that. What I want you to be mindful of is that as you go higher, there's a tendency, and I'm just going to borrow this little bit of, there's a tendency, one, as I said earlier, for that standing foot to turn up. You want to avoid that. There's also a tendency that higher you go with the leg to lift that same hip. You want to avoid that as well. So if you bring your hands to the top of your hips here, you want those hands to be level. And you don't want to be sitting into that standing leg. You want to be pressing that standing leg into the floor. So there's a lot more effort involved when you take your leg higher. So going with this, bend your legs. So with your foot up on your chair, use the same height for each leg. Bend the leg. Pull the toes back. Tone the muscles of the leg. Tone the quads, muscles above your knees. Tone the inner thighs. Tone the hamstrings. Keep that, and then slowly start to straighten that leg up. Staying directly above your standing leg, so you're not leaning away from that standing leg. You want that standing leg hip to be directly above that standing leg. Keep pressing the foot away, pulling the toes up towards the knee, And at the same time, imagine you're trying to drag the heel towards a standing leg. So you're working some oppositional energy here. As you're pressing down into the chair, you're also pulling up into your hips. And then just focus on your breath. Like, this is hard work here because you're maintaining these muscles in the contracted phase, but at the same time, you're also stretching the muscles. And I'm a big fan of what you strengthen, you must stretch. What you stretch, you must strengthen. And often, a good stretch is done with a contraction as well. And then very gently bend your leg and bring your foot off. Give yourself a little bit of a wriggle and a jiggle. And keep on running and enjoy life.